I know they did not just end that episode like that, because that's just an insane cliffhanger. It's got me over here saying they can't keep getting away with it. Listen, non-gamers, I want y'all to feel this. Feel all of this. Bottle this feeling up right now. Because this is exactly how we felt after Abby killed Joel in the game and we had to play as her right after. Except we didn't have to wait 2 years. Ha! But either way, a whole lot happened this episode, and I'm going to give you my thoughts on the entire season at the end. So me and you know what we got to do. We got to talk about it. We pick up this episode with Jesse taking an arrow at Adina's leg. And can I just say, I love Jesse. He's one of my favorite characters in the game and in the show. I really hope nothing bad happens to him ever happens bad to him. But Adina says she can't die, not she doesn't want to die. And then Jesse offers her a shot of alcohol, to which she declines. Which, you know, Jesse's now starting to pick up some hints a little bit, but she still doesn't tell him that she's pregnant. Jesse's able to get the arrow out, clean the wound. That's when Ellie pulls up. After piping Nora, there's got to be a better way to say that. But it's a nice little scene between Deli, where Dina cleans up some of her wounds. And Ellie tells Dina the truth about what Joel did in Salt Lake City, which explains everything that's been happening so far. We now pick up in Seattle day 3 with Jesse and Ellie trying to meet Tommy at a rendezvous point. They leave Dina behind, giving her a wound, and obviously Ellie knows that she's pregnant, so it's a good thing she's back there. But that's when they start making some changes to Jesse that I personally didn't really like. They made him a little more confrontational with Ellie, and I'll get more into that in my review at the end. But he basically guesses that Dina is pregnant, and Ellie accidentally slips up because she thought he was being serious, and she says, "Oh shit, you knew?" It was actually kind of funny, and then Jesse was like, "Listen, I'm not gonna die because of you, because I'm a dad now. I can't die." Foreshadowing. They have a close call with the wolves, who end up beating the shit out of this poor innocent kid, and Ellie really wanted to help, hiding behind this trash can, but Jesse kept her from doing that. The tension's picking up between the two. But picking back up with Isaac and the wolves, it's nice to see that Costco has survived the apocalypse. It's for members only. I think the real reason everyone is just so mad is because there's no more free samples in the apocalypse. I hear they're selling ass whoopings in bulk there. But essentially here we learn that Isaac values Abby because he sees her as a potential future leader. Picking back up with Jesse and Ellie, we actually get a nice little conversation between the two, where Jesse tells Ellie that yes, he loves Dina, but he doesn't love her in the way that Ellie loves her. And he explains there was a girl who came to Jackson who he really was like his soulmate. He loved every second that she was with her. And it was only for 2 weeks, and she asked him to come with her family, but he decided to stay in Jackson. And he said, "I see a lot of myself then in you now with Dina." That's when they almost get to the rendezvous point, and then Ellie has a realization because Nora told her whale. And it clicks in her head that, oh, she's at the aquarium. Let's go there. But guess what? It's infested with wolves. And Jesse's like, "Listen, you've been on a personal vendetta here. I gotta worry about my community." That's when Ellie snaps back. She's like, "Your community? I had to watch as my community got beaten to death in front of me." And Jesse kind of just leaves, and I'm just not a fan of it. It's like they're trying to make every character so damn likable and hitting you over the head to why you should like this character. But then we get this whole little montage of Ellie trying to get to the aquarium, where she makes like Kodak Black and says, "Let me drive the boat." That's when she hits a massive wave, washes up to shore, and then we hear that fucking whistle, and I got PTSD like non-flashbacks. As the Seraphites were about to her. Their village starts getting bombed, and of course they leave her behind. We all knew she wasn't gonna die, but anyway, she gets a revolver, grabs her boat again, and breaks into the aquarium Tom Cruise Mission Impossible 1 style, where she follows some tracks and starts hearing voices. She finds Owen and Mel, and of course she tells them, "Where the fuck is Abby? I'm out here looking for revenge." But they're like, "We let you live. I'm the one who let you live." And she's like, "Don't worry, you will too. So here's what we're gonna do. You're gonna point at the map, and then she's gonna point at the map. They better match." She learned from her papa. But of course this dude Owen gets a little trigger happy, and Ellie said, "Ha, you gotta be quicker than that." Shoots motherfucker to the throat. But oh shit, she killed 2 wolves with 1 stone. Collateral. No Jamie Foxx, no Tom Cruise, no Michael Mann. And then you realize Mel is pregnant. And of course, this is just haunting Ellie because Dina is also pregnant. She feels like a monster. This is also a change from the game that I wasn't a big fan of, because they draw out Mel's death a little bit, try to soften the blow of this moment. But in the game, it's only until after she's already dead that she realizes she's pregnant. But I'm not going to sit here and lie like this wasn't still good. And Bella Ramsey's performance here is just, That's when Tommy and Jesse pull up just in the nick of time. And this is just so sweet, man. They reconcile back at the theater, where Tommy basically tries to comfort Ellie and say, "Listen, they made their choices." And then he walks away. We learn that yes, Jesse went back for Ellie because he does like her. That's the Jesse we all know and love, because he knows that if I was in the same situation, Ellie would burn the earth to try to find me. But that's when they hear a disturbance in the force, run up through the corridor, and Jesse gets shot in the head. Don't go to the light, Jesse. No, not again. Stay with me, stay with me. As we find out that Abby pulled up to the front door and said he killed my friends. That's when Ellie pops out and says, "It was me. It was me. I didn't mean to hurt them." Abby says, "We let you live." And Ellie even tells Abby that she knows everything that Joel did. She said, "We let you live and you wasted it." We just see her point the gun at Ellie, and then boom, we cut to black. We don't see what happens. That's when we pick up with Abby waking up and walking through a corridor. This is just like after she kills Joel in the game, and then we immediately have to play as Abby. As we see her pull up to the Seattle Seahawks stadium, and that's probably some of the best stuff I've ever seen on that football field. Back to day 1 of Seattle. This is a bold ass move, Cotton. I thought that episode was pretty great. I still think last week's episode is probably the best one in the entire season. That's had some of the best acting. Oh my goodness. Pedro Pascal got real tears out of me. But now talking about the season as a whole and my review for it, it's a mixed bag for me. And having played the games, I was open to whatever kind of changes they made, because what other reason would I watch this show if they didn't change shit up? If not, just to watch it with people who haven't played the game and see their reactions, that's fun too. But I gotta be honest with you, ending the season off like that with that type of catharsis is a bold ass move. I'm not sure if general audiences are gonna pick this back up, because it's just a crazy cliffhanger to leave off on. And that also means that the next season we're gonna be just following Abby up to the point that we already know know. I swear, if season 3 ends with us just catching up back to this point in time, we have to wait for a season 4 because we know they're working on a season 4. I might just have to cut the show off. You know, at least in the game, after she kills Joel, you immediately have to start playing with her. Now, don't get me wrong, I paused for a second, had to think and like sit and rethink my entire life. But I also spent like $60 on that game and I was like, I gotta finish it now, so I have no choice. I ain't gotta wait a year or two though. And I think that's been my biggest issue with season 2 is just the sequencing of events. I am not a fan of the format. First of all, why is season 2 7 episodes? Should have just been 13, 14 episodes, one season, get her done. Now I get it. You gotta make changes from the game to make it a little different. But I'm like a little frustrated because there's like moments of greatness here, but like it's just held back by a very lackluster script, direction, inconsistent direction, I would say. But oh my God, my palms are still sweaty from all the damn hand holding that Craig Mazin and Neil Druckmann did this season. There's absolutely no subtext in this show at all. They tell you everything. And listen, I get it. I understand there's people out there that definitely need some hand holding at times to figure out what's going on. That's more of like a nitpick for me personally, because I would prefer to try to figure things out myself through context clues, subtext, but there is none in the show. It's heavy-handed. And it also feels like it's bracing you for the impact of these moments. Like Jesse's death in the game, no preparation. We just watch a man walk through a door and get shot in the head. Here they try to give him a little arc, like, oh, I'm a dad. Oh, Ellie, I gotta live for something. You know what I mean? Like, it just didn't work for me. All I can say is frustrated. Still great performances all the way around, though. I think Isabella Merced as Dina is probably the greatest thing that has happened to the season. And I think in conclusion, I'm going to say it's a good... Like, don't let me yuck your yum. I know there's a lot of people that love this show, love this season. And if you do, I'm happy for you. You know, it's just me. It's more of like a me thing. You know what I mean? Like, well, I mean, that's the obvious thing. I'm reviewing it from my perspective. Like, I don't get why people get so upset over my opinion. It's like... It doesn't affect your life. That's the beautiful thing about art. It hits us all in different ways. And unfortunately, the way The Last of Us Season 2 hit me, disappointed. But I'm curious to hear your thoughts. If you agree with mine, do you disagree? Let me know down in the comments below. And as always, like and follow for more.